Hi guys, today we are looking at ABBA and the story behind their English strategy. This is a story about a small country, a bold choice, a sudden breakthrough, and a song that crossed borders. We will follow their path from the late 1960s to their rise as a global group by the mid-1970s. The key idea is simple. ABBA did not conquer the world by making their English perfect. They did it by making it clear, direct, and full of feeling. Chapter 1. The 8 Million People Trap. In the late 1960s, Agnetha, Björn, Benny, and Annie Frid were stars, but only in Sweden. Imagine being famous in a country with only 8 million people. That is much smaller than the population of Tokyo today. They sang in Swedish, but they couldn't make ends meet or earn enough income because the market was too small. They had a secret fear that their music would stay trapped in the northern world. They would often go back to the same thought. They spent many nights in practice, not just with instruments, but with English dictionaries and every article they could find, trying to look into a bigger world. This is where the story begins. They already had talent and success at home, but they could also feel the limit around them. That small home market became the reason they started looking outward. There are 3 key words here. First, income. Income means the money you earn from work. Here, it shows that local success was not enough to give them a bigger future. Next, northern. Northern means being in the north. Here, it gives the feeling that their music might stay in one small part of Europe and go no farther. Finally, article. An article is a piece of writing in a paper or magazine. Here, it shows that they were using every small tool they could find to learn and move forward. There are 2 useful expressions here too. First, go back. To go back means to return to something. Here, they kept returning to the same question about how to reach a bigger world. Second, look into. To look into something means to examine it carefully. Here, they began to look into English as a real path forward. Okay, here is the passage again in a smoother way. ABBA were already famous in Sweden in the late 1960s, but Sweden was too small for the dream they had in mind. Even if they were stars at home, it was hard to earn enough income from such a limited market. They feared that their music might remain in the northern part of Europe. So they kept going back to the same idea. They needed a way out. That is why they spent so much time looking into English and thinking about a much larger audience. We can hear the same point in his own words. We were successful in Sweden, but we felt like we were playing in a small room. We wanted to open the door to the whole world. That is the heart of this chapter. The story begins with success, but also with a wall. And that wall leads us to the next chapter.